we talked about in our breakdown of Fight Week, Dillon Danis, KSI, a little bit. We talked about it a little bit.
Yep.
But I want to talk about probably the most important thing that happened on fight night. Not the fights themselves, not anything like that. But in that squared circle, there was another face-to-face. And there was an announcement made from Knowledge, Strength, and Integrity that he will be fighting Dillon Danis on January 14th. And we're going to talk about, just the fight itself, but I want to talk about how the announcement was made. Did you happen to see this?
Yes. Who's it gonna be?
So yeah, I'll tell you what was told to me.
I wonder who.
Yeah. So
Dillon Danis. Whoa, my gosh, it's John Cena. It's crazy. It's like one of those things, dude.
So okay, this is what was supposed to happen. I don't know why it happened the way it happened, but this is what was supposed to happen. They told me as the night began, Dillon Danis is going to come in and do a face-off with KSI, and you're going to host it. And I was like, okay, now I'm stepping into the big leagues.
Yeah, bro.
By the way, I don't know if they had the camera on me when I stepped in the ropes, but goddamn, I felt fly. I stepped in between those ropes, started skipping around, bro. I was like, hey. You know what I'm saying? And then my producer was like, Wade, settle down. Get the mic for KSI. Like, stop that. Get the mic. Come on, get it ready.
You're like, oops.
So I get the mic.
Locked in.
I get the mic, and I knew from my pro wrestling experience, the one thing you do, because the crowd was in a lull, we'll say, after the Josh Bruckner and Chase Demore fight. They were a little bit underwhelmed, let's just say. So what do you do if you're a pro wrestling guy? You're in a hometown or you're in a place, you make sure you say the name of the place. That's what you do. So immediately I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with KSI. Man, we've had a great night of fights. KSI, talk to me about what it's meant for Misfits X Series number 3, these fights, and really just being here in Austin, Texas. And the people fucking blew.
Yeah, dude. See, this is why they pay you the big bucks. This is why you're on the big shows, Wade, dude.
I'm saying, come on.
You know what you're doing out there.
So, we get KSI talking. Now, it was told to me that they're going to play music, and Dillon's going to come in like a WWE show.
Oh, my gosh.
As KSI is saying, okay, so my next question was, okay, the fights have been great, but KSI, we've been talking about these fights, but what's next for you? Who is KSI's next fight, right? That was the question. And as I said that, KSI was going to start leading. Well, it's been a couple months, and I've been thinking about this, and it feels like it's finally time. Whatever he was going to say, and then they would cue the music, and here come Dillon Danis, right? So he wouldn't have to say it, and then Dillon would have to walk. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And I was into it. I was like, this is perfect. WWE for me.
Yep.
And so I had to get him situated because I had to ask the question and then get him to turn so that I could have him facing the hard camera and KSI on one side, Dillon on the other. That was the way that they had told me. Like, face this way, here's the hard camera. And again, my pro wrestling kicked in, did that. But the problem was there was no music. Nothing happened as far as music. So KSI is sitting there dangling it. I think he's waiting on the music. And he's like, well, I don't know. Who's it going to be?
Yeah.
And as the true showman that he is, he just decides, fuck it. They're not going to play any music. I got to say who it is. And he gives the Dillon Danis. And here comes Dillon. And he's walking. And I'm looking at him walking. And I'm like, I don't know if he's fully sober here. It doesn't look like Mans is. So he walks into the ring, and I'm just going to play the video here so we can all watch as a family.
Why do they look like they're about to make out right now?
Yeah, it got a little, so we'll just watch it. So the first thing KSI said is, oh, you don't have any coffee this time. It's a nice way to start the beef. No coffee this time.
Little reference there.
KSI said, I'm going to make you sleep. Not I'm going to put you to sleep. I'm going to make you sleep. So essentially, he's a father with an unruly child that just won't go to bed.
Dude, Dillon is just like, yeah.
I'm going to take away your tablet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, huh? Yeah.
There was a lot of yapping from Dillon. I got to respect his flow. Fair play. He's got some nice flow here, but the trash talk was not what you would expect from a guy that's hung out with Conor McGregor for as long as he has.
And JJ's all into it, like super theatrical. You know what I mean?
He said something about Andrew Tate, I'm pretty sure, in the middle of there, JJ did, and I'm like, I don't know where this is going.
He's like, January 14th.
And listen, I'm doing my best here to just keep the mic in between them. I'm trying.
He's freaking holding it down right there, dude.
Bro, I'm giving the windshield wiper mic. I'm doing this number. Back and forth, bro.
Outstretched too, like I'm committed.
There's an angle of me like, look at
Look at that hand. Look at that mic work, dude. Look at that mic work.
it's not moving, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. Dylan's like,
Super
yeah.
theatrical.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I am.
So that was it, man.
Yeah, it was just so.
I don't think Dylan said one word.
The
I
contrast.
think you know what? I think he said one word, but it was all one word. There was no pause. It was
stop, bro. And Jason's like, you will see me, KSI, January 14th, the nightmare.
I am the nightmare. KSI.
And Dylan's like, yeah. Oh yeah, it was soft. Yeah.
He's like, nobody in this scene has ever vanquished me. And Dylan's like, yeah.
And meanwhile, you're like, I'm getting all of this. I'm capturing it all, dude.
like no one's a better fucking hardcore than me.
Dude, it fanned to you one time. It was like a moment, and it looked like you're just like it was like your arms like getting pulled out, and you're like, no, I will leave it in there, dude. I'm
leaving that fucking arm. I will lose it before I lose this. So yeah, there it is, man. KSI and Dillon Danis. What are we saying for this thing, bro? Like, as far as this fight goes, just first thoughts. We're not going to do full predictions, but was this the fight you wanted? Is it the best fight for JJ right now? And what does this fight look like come January? Do we even get this fight? Like, is Dillon going to be around for January?
He's got. I think he needs to. He's been his entire life has revolved around something like this.
Yeah,
getting
for the last
like
3
this.
years.
Yes, this will be it. If he doesn't do this,
it's gotta be.
What else is he gonna do?
It's gotta be. If you miss this one, bro, it's like,
yeah,
I don't even know what you do.
But no, I think he makes a walk. I think this is big. This is big for him. Big payday, big opportunity, giant stage. Right? What else is he gonna be going for? I think the fight is great for JJ because of the name, and then it's a Jake Paul-esque fight.
Yeah.
It's a Jake Paul-esque opponent where it's a good opponent, but it's still Dillon Danis, a guy who, like with Ben Askren, he's a fighter. He has more experience. Like he trained with Conor McGregor. There's these things that to the casual fan and to the, on paper that this is a big name, but he's also has some experience, right? So I like that. The stylistically, I have it's probably, I don't think the fight is going to do that well. I think there's going to be a whole lot of clinching.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be exactly a very overhook, rabbit punching each other, and a lot of frustration from JJ and Dillon just being like, a little bit of like, hey, you're hitting me in the back of the head type thing.
Yep.
I can see, I can just see
I
it.
Could see this. I could see this, and I hate to say the word backfiring because there's really not much else you could do if you're JJ here. Like, who else? Tyron Woodley, I guess, was there, and I don't know what happened. Apparently, they were in talks. I'm not sure what happened with, I would assume that it was a money issue. That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
Especially with Logan falling off the card, and then Dillon having, from what we had heard, him supposed to be fighting Logan. Dillon having nobody, and maybe Woodley saying, I don't want to say pricing himself out, but saying, I'm still going to be worth this amount, whether Logan's on the card or not. I don't know. But I agree with you. It's a tough thing because if you're JJ, you need this next fight to be your big showcase. This needs to be that knockout performance. This needs to be your... And again, I hate doing the comparison between JJ and Jake, but this needs to be his Jake versus Nate Robinson, Jake versus Ben Askren fight. It needs to be.
Yeah.
Where he sets the internet ablaze with some immaculate performance. And I'm not saying that won't happen. I just think when you get in there with a grappler like Dillon, and again, you're not necessarily, you have 3 years off, and it's, again, still shaking the cobwebs.
Yeah.
It could become exactly what you're talking about, right? Where it's a distance game where no one looks good and everyone leaves going, what the fuck was that,
Yeah.
But on the other end, maybe JJ has, again, just this training. He's nonstop training. We know he's one of the hardest working guys on earth.
100%.
So maybe he keeps that range and pops one on Dillon and does exactly what everyone wants him to do and shut this guy up. So we'll see, man.
That would be huge because Dillon in the MMA community
I know.
is not
It needs to happen.
your favorite guy.
No. So hopefully that happens, man. Listen, we don't know exactly what this thing's going to look like. I think the build is going to be fun if we can get Dillon sober and not getting dropped in parking lots by Anthony Taylor. That's another reason that this thing is already off to a rough start because as soon as you do the promo, he gets dropped. Well, not dropped, but he would have if that truck isn't there. Gets rocked by a right hand from Anthony Taylor 5 minutes later in the parking lot. And it's like, bro, there's our main event for January. If KSI can't rock him, now we look at Anthony Taylor and go, well, what the fuck? This is the guy you picked to fight because AT just fucking ripped him apart in the parking lot. So while Fred Beck is sitting there going, no more, no more.
Dude,
Shout out Fred, man. But yeah, you guys let us know down below, man. What does this fight look like when it comes to January? Listen, this needs to be a showcase for JJ. He knows that. Yeah. We know that. It needs to be his big coming out party to get on back on track to fight Jake. Does that actually happen, or is it kind of what Sensei said and it becomes one of those fights that's hard to watch? Don't know. You guys let us know down.